Good afternoon and welcome to the Perkins Garage's YouTube channel for a Ford Fiesta Titanium walk around video. But before we do get started, if you do enjoy our content, hit on the subscribe button and never miss a minute of us ever again. This here is a Blue Wave Ford Fiesta Titanium featuring the 3-cylinder EcoBoost engine producing 100 PS of power. That 100 PS of power is then transmitted through the front wheels through a 6-speed manual gearbox. The vehicle itself is on just under 18,500 miles, but like always, we'll get the exact number once we're on the dash in a moment. So this Fiesta boasts some fantastic specification, so my job this morning is to walk you around it and show you everything it has to offer. Your job is to sit pretty. So, first, get the remote central locking key out of your pocket, click on the unlock button, and that shall then wake up the daytime running lamps. So the daytime running lamps give you the ultimate visibility no matter the lighting conditions. Even on the brightest of summer days, you're still going to be perfectly visible. The quick disclaimer here is they're going to be flashing in your video simply because the frequency in which my camera records at. So in real life, they're not a strobe light upgrade, they are just a solid light giving you the ultimate visibility no matter the lighting conditions. So inside there we have the ever faithful Ford LED lights. Just below it is your first front fog light. This vehicle comes with front and rear parking sensors, and they're a little bit clever because they start all the way around the wing there. So that suggests we have Ford Active Park Assist. So I'll show you what that looks like on the screen in a little while. Coming around the front bumper now, we can start to look at the colour scheme for the vehicles. This Blue Wave colour is quite unique. We don't see it very often here, and in the autumn sunshine, it's looking very gorgeous indeed. So we have slight bits of gloss black detailing in some of the trims and the bumper, and it's twinned with the chrome in the front grille as well. So it's a really nice colourway on this vehicle. Moving our way round, we get to the offside front wheel, which is a 10-spoke silver sparkle alloy wheel. They are fitted with Michelin Primacy 3 tyres as standard, and we even have the silver painted brake caliper just in between. Moving upwards, we can have a look at the windscreen. We've got some sensors to discuss. First one is that one, which is a light sensor, ready for hand movements. The sun comes down, the moon comes up, and your lights come on. There we go. I'm going to patent that. That is the light sensor. Up at the top of the windscreen, we have a traffic speed sign recognition camera. So as you drive past the speed sign, it'll then display it on your dashboard. We also have there for the rain sensing wipers and auto dip beam headlights. Coming back down to the body of the vehicle, we're going to start to walk our way around it. So the first thing to note, moving our way around it, is rear privacy glass, and you guessed it, that trails all the way around the rear of the vehicle. So we've swiftly approached the offside rear of the vehicle. At this stage of the video, I get the camera nice and high, and I gently shimmy the camera down the offside to show you how beautiful all the panels are. And now we're here, we'll go to the offside rear wheel. I'll give you a good look at that one as well. Again, 16 inches, silver sparkle in colour, and this Fiesta even comes with rear drum brakes. So if you don't know, let me give you a quick mechanics lesson. Rear drums are ultra efficient, they are very low maintenance, and they're going to last you forever. So a vehicle this size and this weight at a perfect rear brake configuration. Again, you're not going to have to worry about any maintenance bills for a very long time because they're self-adjustable. So at the rear of the vehicle we can see rear parking sensors, and they are complemented beautifully with a high definition reversing camera. We'll have a look inside the boot in a second, but before we do that, it's the near side we need to attend to. So again, starting the camera nice and high, shimming it down the near side, hopefully showing you just how beautiful all the panels are. So we can link that to the near side rear wheel. Now we can follow that all the way to the near side front wheel. So again, Michelin Primacy 3 tyres on every single corner. So that's the exterior taken care of. If I was to double click on the boot function on the remote central locking, and we could open up tailgate. Just left of the camera we do have the little pressure pad to release it from there as well. So the first thing to note, the tornado cover is built into the rear tailgate, so as you open it up it folds away nicely. You can untouch it, throw it out if you don't need it, but we do have a very large volume boot, so the ever faithful Ford Fiesta, it's a family staple because we just can do everything with it. Underneath the boot liner there is a space saver spare wheel, which I believe is 14 inches at 14 inches in your diameter. We have all relevant tools, jacks, towing eyes and fuel filler nozzles in there as well to help you get out of a pickle if you were in one. So that's inside the boot. I reckon big enough for 2 suitcases, a medium-sized dog or 1 large gazelle. That way. Stop being silly, come on. Okay, so into the rear of the vehicle now. I'm a big fan of the titanium interior. So to begin with, the 2 rear windows are manually controlled by a classic handle there. The configuration of the door card is we have some soft cloth on the armrest there and some hard wearing durable plastic on the door card. Spinning the camera around now, have a good look at the floor and look at the leg room, for example. So we've got some fantastic leg room in this Fiesta. Again, so the theme of the seating, we have this checkered pattern in the lower back and lower base part of the seat. We have some darker charcoal all the way around it, and it's all defined by this lovely silver stitching. So you can see just how padded, how durable this interior is going to be. So if you did have the little people in the vehicle, we have an ISO fixing seat on the left hand rear and on the right hand rear also. So clip the kiddie seats in and keep them nice and secure in transit. So that's inside the rear of this Fiesta. Let's progress now to look inside the front. Oh, it's a bit gaily today, so apologies for any wind feedback you might be receiving there. The front 2 windows are electrically controlled, and they can both be found on the driver's door card. Just ahead of them, we do have electric folding mirrors and electrically controlled mirrors as well. The interior locking can be found just next to the door handle. Spinning the camera around now to look at the front 2 seats. So again, the passenger and driver seats, we've got that cross pattern down the middle, and with the lower part being the dark charcoal once again, but very padded, very comfortable seats indeed. They're manually controlled, so we have a rear tilt, a height, a lumbar support, and front and back can be found just at the front of the seat. I'm just going to jump inside the vehicle. Well, not jump, a bit big for that. I'm just going to sit inside the vehicle, so just bear with me for a second because you're going to hear a bit of distortion on my microphone. Wonderful, thanks for your patience there. So the first thing to address is the mileage on the dash, which is 18,456.5 miles exactly. So this vehicle comes with an engine start-stop button. To press your foot on the clutch pedal, the light goes green, you can hear the fuel pump kick in, and then we can gain power. So to begin the interior tour, I'm going to give you a quick guide around the steering wheel and a driver display. So for the driver display, I'm going to be using the menu, the OK and the return button on the right hand side of the steering wheel. So let's begin. So the left hand side is an RPM times 1000. This counts the revolutions of the crankshaft and gives you a display of the engine power. Below we have a coolant temperature sensor and we have a fuel gauge. The right hand side is an analog speedo, so miles an hour on the outside and kilometers an hour in the middle. Just below that, the little red warning sign is a handbrake warning sign, so if that's on, you're not going to be going very far. In the central part of the screen, again controlling this with the arrows on the steering wheel. So at the moment we are in the driver assistance, so let's expand that menu. So the driver assistance software on this vehicle includes pre-collision assist, traffic sign recognition, so I told you about the sensor on the windscreen previously. We have a lane keeping system, we have a driver alert, hill start and a cruise control, so please note that is adaptive. We shall come back to that in a second. Navigation there as well, so you can have all your navigation directions appear in front of you, so very convenient if you do use navigation often. Below we do have your media, your phone connectivity and back into your vehicle settings. So in settings you can see things such as vehicle settings. We have lighting in there, for example, so that's your auto high beam I mentioned before. We have a lock in there, we have a mirror adjustment, wipers, rain sensing wipers, very nice indeed. There's a lot of automation going on here. So that's a bit about the screen ahead of us. But my display, in my view, here we can come up with, I think it's 4 or 5 on this Fiesta, different things you'd like to look at. So some people, they love a digital speedo. So if you want a digital speedometer, you can have that in the middle there as well. So that's the screen ahead of us and the dials. If I was to zoom out very quickly, to confirm the return, OK menu function to control that screen, a voice command button features just below it, a pickup, decline and previous and next song function there as well. The left hand side of the steering wheel is where you'll find all of your cruise control settings, so it's very easy to adjust your distance to the vehicle ahead. So let me give you a quick explanation about adaptive cruise control. So it's the standard cruise control like normal. So for example, I'm doing 60, engage the system, set my speed. I've just set my speed to 60 miles per hour. If a vehicle was to then pull in front of me, this vehicle will then adapt our vehicle's speed in accordance to the vehicle ahead of you. So for example, you can click on this button here, then that will then display the distance to the vehicle in front using those little grey bars. So the more bars, the bigger the distance to the vehicle in front. The less bars, the less distance. So it's a fantastic system. So for example, you're in traffic or something like that, again, it will adapt your speed to the vehicle around you. For any more information on that, that wasn't the best explanation in the world, so please do give me a call. We got volume minus, plus and a mute button also on the steering wheel. Again, we've covered the push start stop button, and we also have your lane assist at the end of the indicator stalk. Makes your lane keeping system on and off, so it's nice and easy to turn off or on. Let's start nice and low, then we'll progress upwards. Button there for the automated stop start function, one to turn on and off the parking sensors. We have an eco drive mode, traction control on and off, and we also have the P with a steering wheel button. That is forward active park assist. I shall show you that in just a second. 6-speed manual gear selector, very positive sensation changing through the gearbox, 12-volt socket and a USB-A port there. Just above it we have all the heating, ventilation and air conditioning controls, so fan speed to the left, temperature to the right. We have the forward electrically heated front screen, so in the winter months when you've got a frosty windscreen, a fantastic feature. Front and rear demists there, different flows of vents in the middle, recirculation and 2 air conditioning functions appear just there. So moving up now, we can talk about this Sync 3 module. So the Sync 3 module, we've got the white band at the bottom, device between audio. In different sources there, we have AM, FM, DAB and Bluetooth audio. Back to the home page once more, and it returns you there. Your phone, this is going to be referring to your Bluetooth connectivity.
And select it once it is found.
Thank you very much. So you can search for your phone on there. We have the ever faithful sync navigation. Again, I've got this on my vehicle. I've used it many times, never let me down. Very easy to program as well, so you have a good forward navigation on board. If I go into settings quickly, this is what I'd like to discuss with you. So this vehicle is fully supportive of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So whichever you have on your software you have on your phone, plug it in using that USB-A port there, and it will mirror your phone onto this screen. So I'm going to rattle for you a few advantages of that. First one, you're charging your phone when you're going along. The second one is compatible with the apps on your phone onto this screen. So fundamentally, it will mirror your phone onto the screen here. From there, you can take advantage of its apps such as your music, your podcasts, audio books, text messaging, phone, navigation, and it's all compatible on the screen. So for me, I like using the voice command button because that will then activate my voice assistant. So on iPhone, it's your Siri, and on Android, it'll be Google Assistant. But from there, you can ask your voice assistant to do anything you like. Play music, call home, set navigation. What's the West Ham score? Anything you need to know whilst driving along. But it makes it hands-free. So big fan of that. But equally, I think the most important one is if you don't like the forward navigation, I mean, why wouldn't you like it? It's fantastic. But you can use your Apple Maps, your Google Maps, your Waze, all on that screen. Waze is the popular one at the moment. Everyone's using it. So if you're like them, have that on your screen as well. So that's a little tour around the screen. I'm going to leave you with the rear view camera, like so, with proximity sensors for the front and rear parking sensors. I'm going to leave you with that, and also this little baby, which is forward active park assist. So this will quite literally parallel park in or out of a space. That will do the bay park as well. Sorry, that was the parallel park in. So parallel park in, bay park in, and parallel park out. So some fantastic auto park software on board. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe, like, and leave any nice comments below. If you want to speak to a salesman, the number you need is 01376 550 899. Thank you, and I'll speak to you soon.